All right, welcome back everyone. Today we're going to be doing the 2023 Cabin Fever Challenge. Now this is the first time that I've ever attempted to do this challenge. I believe it was started in the early 2000s by a couple Canadian shooters, and the goal of the competition is to kind of test your musketry and marksmanship skills. And so basically the rules are pretty simple. You have a preset target, and you are going to go into 4 positions in the same order, and you're going to fire 5 shots per position. So position 1 is standing, position 2 is kneeling, position 3 is prone, and then position 4 is sitting, in that order. And then you have to reload between each of those different positions. And so I'm competing in 2 different divisions. So division 1 is antique semi-automatics, so I'm going to be using my M1 Garand today. And then we also have division 3. I'm going to be using my model 1917, also chambered in the 30-06. This is your bolt, basically your bolt action centerfire rifles. There are 6 divisions in total, I believe, and this is at 100 yards or 100 meters, and let's see how we do. Before we begin the competition, I do want to just show an example of the target and the rules as far as scoring. And so if you hit any of the black circle at 100 yards or pierce the line between the black and the white, it counts as a hit. But if you are outside that in any way, it does not count as a hit. And then the hits with inside the black are also just scored equally. There's no, it doesn't matter if you're closer or further outside the center. The other thing I want to mention too is that scoring, everything's timed, and so you're going to take your hits on target, times that by 5, divide that by the times in seconds, and then you're going to times that that figure by 100 to get your score. All right, Division 3, Model 1917, bolt action. Okay, well, looking at the target, did not do as good as I had hoped. We basically have 4 on the target, just piercing the black here, in here, right here, right here, with these 2 just barely on the fringes, and then looks like a hit right here, 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 but yeah, it was pretty wildly off. So did not score very high, but I'll still post the results at the end of this video. Hey everyone, wanted to just kind of give you a few post-shoot thoughts and wrap up points. After doing this competition, the first year I've done this, you really have to respect the importance of practice and proficiency with your weapons. This was much harder than I anticipated it being. I don't know why. I'm usually used to shooting at a bench or on a rest, and doesn't seem like a big deal. So standing up, sitting, going prone, kneeling, didn't seem like a big deal. And after this, I kind of have a newfound respect for these different, I guess you could say, competitions. I know there's different iterations of sort of the cabin fever challenge. But, I think, when I do this again next year, I want to emphasize one, practice throughout the year for myself, specifically with, I don't know if I would use the same rifles or if I would choose different rifles for next year, but just practicing proficiency, whether it's a stripper clip or an end block clip or, however you're loading your rifle, being able to do it very quickly without any sort of jams occurring is something to not take for granted. The other thing too is the importance of physical fitness. I noticed that when I was toggling between the different positions, sometimes it felt a little hard, and I'm like, man, motivation to run more. I've got to sweat off this gut. And then also, just kind of not being able to rest your rifle on anything or having any sort of support really does give you a little bit of an understanding of the skill it required to shoot at this distance, especially, like I said, an 8-inch target. I think a lot of us, when we're shooting at 100 yards, we're shooting at silhouettes or we're shooting at large targets. And so, just more motivation to practice harder for next year's competition. So anyway, I will go ahead and compare the scores. You'll see the scores for, I submitted Division 1 and Division 3. So I'm just including this bit in both of those videos. But just wanted to say overall thank you to the organizers of this competition and to the division leaders. I thought this was excellent, and looking forward to next year's competition.